Alright, now that all the secondaries are done, and there's a war bond that we can put behind us, I think it's a perfect time to get Throwables out of the way. Throwables were actually kinda hard to figure out for me. Not to apply stereotypes, that's always the easy part, but to accurately convey most of them, as most of them are 50-50 in either that they're really good or complete shit. Anyways, not here to talk about percentages, just stereotypes. So, once again, stereotypes don't apply to everybody. This is my own take. Don't take them seriously. This is all a joke. Yada, yada, yada. Let's get into this video. If you've been following along in the video format, usually I put the starting weapon as, oh, this guy is a new player. And yes, while that is a stereotype that could be put down here, I don't think it's as accurate as a lot of people think. As I see people who are well beyond the introductory levels of Helldivers 2 running these for the reason of they tend to be better than other grenades. Which, to be honest, they do have a point, as you'll find players who are skilled with taking down heavier enemies quite easily. Now, I'm also going to put down here they're great at timing, but I don't really think that belongs to these people anymore. This guy's been playing the game long enough to know how the gameplay loop works, yet they don't have enough money to get the pineapple, gas, or incendiary grenades yet. That being said, don't expect them or see these grenades on higher levels, as they're not that great, except on the illuminate front, where they're pretty solid at taking out hordes of voteless. Oh, wait, please don't do another Pyro TF2 joke. Don't worry, I'm not going to. In fact, the stereotype I have for this has nothing really to do with TF2 at all. The main stereotype I see with these people here is, I don't want to use gas grenades, or I want to use gas grenades, but I don't have the war bond unlocked yet. That's usually it, but sometimes it's because people want to run a full fire maxing loadout, which doesn't tend to work well when running these types of grenades. Initially, I was going to try and sweep this one under the rug, as I don't have a stereotype for this when I initially wrote this script. That changed during my initial recording of B-roll footage for the Eruptor video, when I ran into someone who was using these. And let me tell you, I didn't know someone could die by their own hands so many times using something like these. Coincidentally, they also had the airburst launcher and the mortar sentry. God, I fucking hate the mortar sentry. Now, originally, the stereotype for this used to be the same as the Deadeye, which was Cowboy Larper. Now that it's gotten a buff and can blow up most things from a long distance and is comparable to Thermites in a way, a lot of people have been comparing these to shaped charges. Which, I hope we get those soon, man. Remember when I did the cookout in part 3 and said, this guy only fights on the bug front? Well, this is the same, but for some reason, this guy only fights on the bot front. And I never see them on any other front, even though I would say that these grenades are pretty solid all-rounders on both bug, bot, and squid front. Okay, this guy really doesn't want to use gas grenades. And he's got a point sometimes, as these have moments where they're better and moments where they're not, which I suppose that's passable. Well, forget about what I said about G16 impact players being only on the bot front and sometimes on other fronts, because I have only seen these people on the bot front, never any other front. For whatever reason. Only the bot front. Now here I'm going to break the typical format I usually do with these by going in order of how they're displayed on the wiki to talk about these for a quick second. A lot of people have been telling me that people who use the Thermite are meta slaves and that Thermites are actually a huge war pig. But that's not what I'm going to put down for these. Instead, I found that these people are pretty fun and chill to play with. They just don't like to be running anti-tanks all the damn time. As for the meta slave bit, well, Yeah, sorry, not sorry. This one's a war pig. Except on the Illuminate front, where it's actually really viable and basically a necessity to be running these. On all the other fronts, I found these people to be one of two types of war pig. One, the Glaze Diver. These people have one loadout and one loadout only, per front. They never run anything else on any front, and you will only find them at level 10. And heaven forbid you run something that they don't like, as they're guaranteed to kick you instantly. I'll note here that these are the same type of people who like to say gas grenades can blow up bug holes, bot fabricators, and illuminate clams, but you'll never see them use these to do any of those because that would be breaking the meta. And the second one is, my favorite YouTuber said these were the best in the game, so therefore every other grenade is bad and useless. Which, good luck fighting a Bile Titan or a Tripod, man. I believe in you. As I mentioned earlier, all these tend to be true except on the squid front, where it's pretty common to see this being run, and you'll often notice that they'll actually be pretty chill to play with on this front. Pretty simple one again. These guys hate tripods and automaton gunships, as well as large clusters of small chaff enemies. The way you can also tell the experience level of someone who's using this is whether or not they'll ping an enemy before they throw it. If they don't, they're just getting to the grenade. If they do, then they 100% usually know what they're doing, and expect them to have a really high kill count by the end of the match. Stealth Diver. To make this stereotype longer, I'm going to tell you that the only diver I've met using these in a public lobby blasted invisible by Duran Duran, and only talked like Solid Snake. Maybe he was just the big boss. Who uses these? Like, with the Bushwhacker, I had people coming in droves and droves of telling me how great it actually was. And I'll admit, after running it, it's actually a pretty good secondary. But these are on another level of terrible. So terrible, I even found a stereotype for these outside of just being in denial. That is wild. You don't like bug holes and you forgot that frags exist. Or, and this is a large or, you're one of the players that knows that these have the damage potential to one-shot large enemies if placed correctly. But, come on, you're never gonna see anybody try that. Hey, did you know that this grenade can stun Bile Titans? Hey, did you know that this grenade can stun heavy enemies like the Bile Titan? Hey, did you know that this throwable from the Force of Law Warbond can stun the Bile Titan heavy on the Terminate front in Helldivers 2? Hey, did you know that? Alright! Fuck! It can stun Bile Titans! God! This guy uses the Epoch and tries to justify its use, especially with the most recent update to this. Unfortunately, they're not the good type of Epoch users. They're the type who get blown up by it all the time, only to justify that they're still using it, when in reality, just use the railgun. It's way better. Either that, or they're running the arc thrower or de-escalator. So expect a couple of accidentals from them. Well, that's basically every weapon. So I'm going to mention it here that there's a pretty decent long list of weapons that I did not give stereotypes for, both in the loadouts and some stratagems. Yes, some stratagems have stereotypes too. Not all of them, but some of them do. The primaries that I haven't done stereotypes for are the AR-32 pacifier, the AR-2 Coyote, the MA-5C assault rifle, the AR and GL-2112, the M7S SMG, and the M90A shotgun. And the stratagems that I have stereotypes for so far, more could be added in if I think they're interesting enough or if the comments want it, the M105 Stalwart, the TX41 sterilizer, the CQC-1, one true flag, the GL52 de-escalator, the S11 spear gun, the CQC-9 defoliation tool, and the M1000 maxigun. All of these are going to be covered in the Everything Else episode that'll be covering as a wrap-up to this series. So let me know what stereotypes you'd like to see in the final part. With that, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all next time.